What's up, Scyushi Squad? We back again with some more PSO2 or Phantasy Star Online 2. Now, today we're going to be talking about some updates before we end up getting into the gameplay. I also want to kind of catch you guys up on some stuff that's been happening with the series, just because I keep on like radically changing my class. Sometimes we do multiplayer videos. It basically depends on whether or not the guys are busy or even just in the mood to be playing in the first place. My schedule has been wholly messed up, so I've kind of just been on my own like schedule doing my own thing. But anyways, before we end up getting into today's episode where we're gonna actually be trying out a different class again, because I ended up playing the Braver and then I swapped to Hunter, and now we're actually gonna be playing the Bouncer. But there is a new event coming out tomorrow, which is pretty exciting. It's going to end up lasting until so it's the 17th until the 23rd, and it's going to end up having some ship-wide boosts. So there's going to be item enhancement success rate by 10% for everybody, affix augmentation helped by 10% as well, enhanced XP. So there's going to be 15% during weapon enhancement, so it's not necessarily player enhancement leveling, it's got to do with the gear. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can read it all for yourselves, but basically it's just going to end up helping us upgrading our gear and stuff like that. But more importantly, there's going to be the campaign rewards. So by doing various things where you have to enhance weapons, enhance units, augment gear and stuff, and you'll get like half dolls, rare drop rate items, tri boosters, as well as an angel halo, which is, as far as I know, just going to end up being a cosmetic item. But more important than any of that, this is the craziest thing. We've actually got a roadmap for the development of PSO2, and surprisingly enough, it turns out that those rumors are completely true, where we're actually going to have all of the updates that catch the North American server up to the Japanese server this year. That's a lot of updates. We're gonna have a whole crap ton of content just explode out of this game. The fact that they're actually moving it up to that point. So there's quite a few things you guys can do to prepare for this, but I'm not going to act like I'm some sort of an expert, so I'm not going to instruct you about it. But basically, you know, you can ask people in game or look online and get your hands on some stuff to end up getting yourself prepared, because there's going to end up being level cap increases, there's going to be new classes added to the game, there's going to end up being better gear and just better weapons in general, and certain characters will actually combine certain gear that's already in game right now. Don't quote me on which gear it is specifically. I just have a friend who's got like 2 sets of like a certain weapon that he can already end up building into this new weapon as soon as the update hits or something like that. I don't know, but I'm hanging out by this NPC because there's a specific quest that I wanted to grab and I don't want to forget.
What would you like to do?
The way it's going to end up working when the new classes come out is basically we've already got all of the main classes right here. But there's going to end up being, let's call them superior classes, because I don't know what else you would call them. And basically the way it's going to work is by having 2 classes at max level, which currently right now is level 75. You'll be able to access those superior classes. So there's going to be the Hero, there's going to be the Phantom coming out later this year. And then there's the Etoile, but that is only on the Japanese server right now. And as far as I've read, we aren't actually getting that class this year on the North America. We're actually getting the update just before that class was added. So those of you guys that want to main Etoile, like me, get ready for disappointment, at least for this year alone anyways. But that doesn't mean that we can't use the Bouncer, because I've heard a lot of really good things about this character. And Soaring Blades, my god, like as I'm experimenting with all these different classes and stuff, guys, oh my gosh, the Bouncer, I can't believe how user-friendly this character is. And Soaring Blades are basically dual swords, right? Not to be confused with the Hunter being able to use dual daggers, or maybe that's the fighter class, whichever, I'm not entirely sure. But what we gotta do now, what is it? Trapping Navrapi Forest. Alright. Where do I actually get that quest? I mean, hopefully I can find it, but now we'll just do the adventuring and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's just an expedition? Or is that a special mission or a subquest? Navrapi Forest. Oh boy, I don't think I can do advanced quests as well. That's the other thing too. Advanced quests, you gotta end up being level 40 in order to access these. And apparently this is pretty much how you get max level. Like, you can literally just get carried for your first time going into an advanced quest. Like, if you're already level 40, you can just skyrocket to max level really, really quickly from doing this. So long as you have strong enough people, which we do actually have some really buff people in our clan, Team Pixel, which we're on ship 1, by the way. Let me see if I can find this quest. Sorry, guys. Yeah, okay, there it is. So it's in the art quests, Navrapi capture mission. I'm assuming we only gotta do this on normal. Well, I can do it on hard anyways. I'm assuming we gotta just do this on normal just because this is basically the tutorial for these weapons. But the thing that's so cool about these guys, I can't even believe, like, especially coming from Hunter, because I was playing Hunter for such a long time, and my god, he feels dated. Like, it's so obvious which characters were, like, developed after the Hunter, because the Hunter, though really cool, I love the Hunter, he's extremely slow compared to all these other characters. Not to mention, almost every class has their photon arts really just, it's like a dance, you know, like it moves from one ability into another, whereas Hunter, it's basically attack, wait for it to finish, then do another attack. Like, it's very, very static with the Hunter. The big reason why I've been wanting to swap off the Hunter is because his end game is basically using the weapon art, which is perfect timed blocks, which I suck at doing in this game, so I don't want to have to learn. Anyways, the big thing that I'm trying to get at is we literally have like 1 photon art on this bouncer right now. This was our starting, this was a starting ability. A movement ability. It takes you so long, like it takes so long to end up getting a movement ability on a Hunter. Dude, I was pissed when I saw that bouncer is already just like, has one of the better movement abilities just right at the beginning. Like, it's a starting ability. It's crazy. I'm guessing we're supposed to just kill Rappies, right? We ride, brothers, we ride. I've slowly been setting up my chat, my auto messages and junk like that. But on top of that, you know, like the way that this character works, I'm not like an expert. I've just been learning from friends and stuff. And he's got like, his weapon art is basically this dash, right? And it shoots all these knives out of our character. And basically enemies get tagged with those, and then we'll generate more of our mana, our PP, grow up. No, actually, I make fun of it all the time too. It's stupid as hell. They really should have renamed it. But anyways, while enemies are tagged, like tagging enemies with these daggers will regenerate it, as well as I think it's supposed to be like the amount of daggers that are in an enemy. Maybe that's an ability we gotta get later. But the amount of daggers that we have in an enemy will also generate more. So apparently, die already, you stupid birds. What was that? That scared me. Apparently, you don't even need to be using the basic attack with the bouncer later on in the game. Which is pretty exciting for me because, honestly speaking, I feel like, just from my experience with the other classes, I feel like the basic attack kind of is pointless on certain characters. I just always felt like it was, but there was never really an opportunity to get rid of it. I mean, that said, I mean, we might end up having to do this get rid of our basic attack like way later. Apparently we gotta get in a really good rhythm of it. Also, if we dodge into the weapon art and back and forth, it actually gives us insane invulnerability frames. Like, so far Bouncer just seems like the noobiest friendly class in the entire game. From what I have heard though, like I've been trying to get my knowledge about all the classes so that I can get a good tutorial for you guys about like which class you want to start with and stuff. Obviously, you know, it's gonna take me a long time to do something like that because I'm gonna do it right. I need to actually gain experience with a lot of these characters and play them enough that I know kind of the basis of them. Apparently, by the way, ranged is like OP. Gunner is like the strongest class in the game. Apparently it's brokenly powerful and hasn't been patched in any other, like, even on the Japanese server, they just never bothered like fixing it. So if you guys are Gunner mains, I mean, there you go. it's not really the most popular class. You want to know why? Because it's literally just shooting things. I mean, any of you guys who like third-person shooters, you can literally always just play like this. I mean, I play this game with a controller, but if you're using a mouse and keyboard, this game is just a third-person shooter, like Resident Evil or something. Like, it's actually really, really dope. Okay, where is this idiot? I also have this crazy move of death, which just rains down hell on these guys. Like, it's actually really, really cool. Like, I like this guy a lot. He's got a really good dodge, or really good weapon art, I should say. And it's just, I didn't know that this guy was this cool, dude. Because dual blades is also, like, really, really awesome. I mean, I swapped back to Hunter for a little while there just because I liked using the big-handed swords. And I thought, screw it, I'm going to end up playing this character even if my attack is stupidly slow. But then I started looking more into the end game of how it plays, and it's just not as appealing to my playstyle with the whole, like, perfect blocks. And even with Braver, with the katana guy, he's really cool too, but his end game is all about perfect counters, which is very similar to perfect block. Basically, while an enemy's attacking, you use a move that'll end up countering. I mean, generally speaking, that's the end game of most of the classes in the game, but it's not really the most exciting to me. Like, I'd rather not have to deal with timing. I'd rather just go in and hit things. But the biggest reason I wanted to swap to Bouncer was I wanted to try and get used to these dual blades because D was actually telling me about the Etoile. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but it's basically one of those superior classes that we're not going to end up getting until next year, unfortunately. So there's not really much reason for me to play Bouncer. But he actually showed me like a video. I'll try to remember to put it in the description if I remember, but it was basically like the coolest class you could have ever imagined, right? Because the Etoile, I mean, the superior classes in general, they're very different than any of the other classes. Like, the one that I was looking forward to the most at first was the hero, where he basically plays like Dante. He's extremely complicated. But what I mean by him playing like Dante is quite literally, you'll be swapping weapons mid-combo. That's kind of the thing about the hero's gameplay. It's very, very strange, but very, very cool. Oh, it's already complete? Okay. Well, I'm still gonna kill this other one anyway. Get back here! Nah. Get back here! Anyways, as the hero, it's really complicated and weird, though, because you're, like, building up a charge meter while you're using your pistol, and you'll swap into a sword attack, and you'll swap into another attack. Really complicated and weird, and again, like, you guys know me, anyone who's been with the channel for all the Trove stuff that I've been playing over the years. I mean, I play for lazy. Like, I play for lazy / longevity, you know? Like, I want to be able to just... You think we can do this? I don't think we can do that. What level are we? Level 24. All right, let's do a cheaper, easier recommended quest. There we go. But it's like I always put myself towards characters that are ease of use with also moderate power. We ride. And so that's kind of why, like, I've been looking at, like, the classes that I want to invest in a little bit further. I mean, obviously, we'll end up just maxing out, like, all of the characters in this game eventually. But Etoile just looks badass as hell because, basically, the class... It's like there's the hero, which I explained is very complex and weird. Cool, but very complex and weird. The Phantom, which we're also going to be getting this year, is basically a katana-wielding character that looks pretty awesome, too. But the Etoile literally just seems like an AoE crowd control character. Where we literally are using these swords, but they become, like, gigantic. And the idle animation of the Etoile is literally, like, hovering in the air, like, floating and really intimidating. And it looks so cool, dude. Maybe I can just put in some footage today if I end up finding it. I don't know. But I've been kind of scatterbrained and just all over the place lately, guys. I really want to have Phantasy Star be a more regular series on the channel. And I'm kind of getting it under control, you know? Like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of been like that. Like, I can feel even right now that my throat is a little bit tight. I think when in doubt, I like to just say, I must be sick. Because with the way that I've been, like, lately, it just, I don't know. I mean, what can I say? Voice break. It's like, I just haven't really been able to focus very well lately. And it doesn't happen often, and it's not like I need a break or anything like that. It's just, that's why the video uploading has been very inconsistent lately. And as I mentioned earlier too, like because I've just kind of been on this really, really erratic, weird sleeping schedule, it's like I haven't really had any time. Like I haven't been recording during the day. Even right now, I'm recording this at like 3 in the morning my time, so everybody is like sleeping. Because otherwise, I would love to do like more multiplayer videos for you guys. I feel like those ones are probably a little bit more exciting than ones like this. Because I know that when I'm on my own recording, I tend to explain a lot, which can end up being really good and serve its purpose, depending on... that actually had AoE. You know, depending on like today's video, it's like I needed to talk about like the fact that we had all these big updates coming out and stuff like that. We're already done. Okay. But I like just messing around and playing with friends on this game, dude. Like that's where this game is at. And we got a lot of kind of similar games coming out soon as well. Like Godfall we got coming out later this year, which looks very, very much like like Phantasy Star. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go a little bit extra today. Let's try this quest out. Might not be able to handle it because it's level 29, and if we can't, well, that's okay. But this will be the first time on the North American server anyways that we're taking on the, what is this? I think it's called like the Dragon Fortress or something. Dragon Altar, that's it. Which this place is kind of cool. We rad. But, kind of plain at the same time. It's not really my favorite. Because the thing is, when you're going through all the dungeons in this game, one of the things that's like super duper cool and badass about it, I've been saying that a lot today. I love the fact that this game doesn't really reuse a lot of the same enemies. But as soon as you get to this area, it's just like, oh, here's enemies from the volcano, reskinned. You know, like it's a little bit lame. I'm most of all like even though we're talking about like these classes coming later in the year, I'm most of all super duper excited about the new dungeons and new zones and new urgent quests that we're going to end up getting, guys, because you have no idea. Like I'd recommend, even if you guys are just coming around for the North American server, check out my older PSO videos where we're on the Japanese server, because oh my god, some of the epic quests that well, epic quests, I call them epic quests, it's emergency quests or urgent quests, whatever. Some of those were just so amazing on the Japanese server. I'm trying to look for a way to open this door, but we don't seem to have any of the buttons nearby. But that's what I'm most of all looking forward to, not to mention all of the extra zones, like where we get oh, we just destroyed this door, I'm an idiot. Like there's a Tokyo map. There's also like Las Vegas and stuff. Like there's such weird maps in this game, dude, that I just cannot wait to experience with you guys when they're actually here on the North American. Like they're really, really cool and really, really gnarly. Like even like the Vegas one just stands out like a sore thumb because it's actually got like a flying machine that you'll end up hopping in. Like you'll hop in a mech and actually control it flying through the sky like a vehicle. The controls are kind of poop, but I mean, at least it's there. And then you're literally fighting like vehicles and biker gangs and stuff. It's just such an obscure level. Like that's one of the things that I love so much about this game, is just the fact that it doesn't, because of the theme that this game has, it kind of has multiple themes going for it and isn't locked down to any specific one. Because technically the story is that we're like, it's like Sword Art Online or something. Like we're in like a virtual world or some type of, something like that. I don't know. I haven't played the story missions. Honestly speaking, it's a big log of text. But maybe we could end up doing those at some point in the future together, just so that we could kind of go through the story itself. Because I've heard that it's pretty good. Apparently there's even like an anime to this game that has like the story kind of syncs up type of thing. It's, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. But honestly speaking, I am not. I'm pretty bad when it comes to keeping my attention for story games. Like, unless the story is either extremely simple, or like really, really cool, then I just don't care, you know? And with this game, I feel like I probably wouldn't really care about a lot of the characters. I mean, I say that, and then the writing is actually pretty good. Like, when you end up first starting the game and there's like the tutorial characters yelling at you and they're both arguing, it's actually pretty entertaining. But it doesn't have like full voiceover work or anything. Now, are we gonna actually fight the boss? Because that would be nice. Boss time? What the hell? I am Cube Man. Cool. I've actually fought this guy in an urgent quest that was on the Japanese server. We gotta destroy his weird crystal things. Aha! I don't really have that much like AoE moves yet. I don't know what this guy is saying. I can't get up! I can't get up! No, please, God! Oh! I don't know what he's saying, but that guy was a dick. He overthrowed me from my own reptilian kingdom. And, well, now he's dead. Wait, what the? Who is this random ranger? What? It always confuses me. Like, so many people just randomly join in missions, and I never know what's going on. We didn't have Affin with us. We only had Jan. Weirdo. Well, anyways, now I know I can always do, like, level 29 quests for some reason. I mean, honestly speaking, we had the bot. Oh, and I also didn't mention, like, the most important thing. It's Sonic's birthday. That's why we have, like, all of these weirdos chilling around. Hello there. Thank you. Did I complete it? And now, once you have the Soaring Blades skill, a gear gauge will... Oh, right. I want that. Lands blows with the standard Soaring Blades attacks. When you perform a weapon action, you can send photon blades flying at the opponent. If the attack were where the blades hit, you will recover additional PP and fill your get. Yeah. I already explained that. It's okay. Oh God, we have more quests to do. Well, anyways, this was more of an introduction to this lady's quest. Otherwise, I'll just do these myself. There's so many quests that you guys can end up doing around here. Another big one I'd recommend is doing Oza's quest. Because if you end up... I don't know if he only has, like, fighter and hunter. I know that he's mostly focused on hunter stuff. But you can see literally, like... If we end up completing this quest, we get an extra 5 hunter skill points. And if we end up completing this one, we get extra fighter skill points. I don't know if that's because I leveled up my fighter a bit. But I highly recommend you get the quests done that end up giving you the extra skill points. Just because, depending on the character that you're using, like for Bouncer, we're pretty much just subclassing Hunter. Which is great, because Hunter was my main up to this point. So we've got like a lot of abilities that I can end up using. And then I guess I could kind of show you guys my loadout-ish. I just got 3 decks. We'll get those later. Melee power would be very useful, actually. But most of all, I'm just getting all the things that have the Soaring Blade focus and what have you. There's also... Where is it? Yeah, okay. So these are pretty neat. So this doubles the number of photon blade attacks while in effect. So basically when we use our weapon art, it's going to shoot more blades out, which generally is going to generate more PP, but also do a bit more damage in general. And then the photon blades escape is going to literally increase the iframe of when we're using our weapon art. Pretty OP, honestly. Like, I really like this class so far. I can't believe how, like... I mean, I'm not telling you guys how to build anything, okay? I'm very, very early on here, and I'm just kind of following what other people are telling me that are a lot further than me. But so far, Bouncer is, like, extremely ease of use. Like, I can't believe how quick he is already, like, super powerful, and I've barely done anything. Oh, and then also in the player market, just because it's super duper easy and cheap, I was able to buy, where the heck are they? I can't use them yet. Twin Orochi. which is like these dual katanas. They're really, really powerful. I think they're the strongest bouncer weapon in the game right now. I could be wrong about that. But I just bought these really low level. And then when I get strong enough, I'll just buy them at level 35 already, because it's actually cheaper on average, just depending on the weapon type. It's usually cheaper to just buy an already maxed out forged weapon than it is to try and forge it yourselves. Just as a little piece of trivia for you guys, just so you know. I mean, I'm sure all you guys and gals watching this are like way ahead of me, just because I'm pretty slow to this. Like I haven't really dived into this game yet. Like, I'm still doing the videos regularly for you guys, but I haven't really been playing that much off camera. Anyways, thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel, and have yourselves a great day. Sign on, stay up, gamers.